It's already up and running.
All right.
Welcome to the Bourbon Brigade podcast with Kevin, Efren, and Chip, your typical disgruntled Army veterans who've come together for their passion of all things bourbon and whiskey. Stay tuned for honest reviews, whiskey banter, and information from the whiskey world.
All right, everyone. Welcome to the Bourbon Brigade podcast. I am Chip, and with me, as always, is Kevin and Efren. And tonight, we got a little ho, 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 Merry Christmas special for y'all. We're going to be doing my absolute most favorite rye, Midwinter's Night Dram.
Woo!
What act do you guys have? I have Act 9, Scene 3.
I'm doing Act 9, Scene 1.
And I am doing Act 10, Scene 2.
Yep. I got that one. Just waiting to open that one, even though I hear that one is way better than any of the Act 9s. So.
That's interesting.
Very curious. I will say Act 8 has been my favorite so far.
I've seen a 10.1 in the store not too long ago for a 200. I kind of passed it up.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
I would
That's
not do that.
Well,
I know it's not terrible. What's the MSRP, like 150? Something
150
like that?
around there.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
it can range between 100, 150. But I love Midwinter's Night Dram so much that I had to create my own Midwinter's Night Dram, which I sent you guys a picture the other day, and the color is spot on. This was so the French oak spirals, let's start from the beginning. My French oak spirals, got them right here. Got them off Amazon. They use French oak port wine barrels to make Midwinter's Night Dram, so I got the spiral, and then I couldn't, that spiral was so big, I couldn't find a wine bottle to put it in, and I got like a 1.75 liter wine bottle. So I poured it in there, and I soaked it in there for about 6 weeks. That spiral got fully saturated, and then I wanted to take it out, but I couldn't. The spiral had expanded, so I was like, holy shit. So I put like 750 ml of my regular Infinity that has probably 15 different ryes in it, high proof stuff, everything, you name it. And I poured it in there and only filled it up halfway, so only half the spiral was showing. So I ended up grabbing, I had a batch 18 Rendezvous rye, and I just poured that in there with my Infinity. So I have 2 bottles of my makeshift Midwinter's Night Dram. I actually had some labels made. It's called I forget what it's called. It's like the Mid Intermission Dram. And it's like, it's got the same vibe. It's got like this tan label with like, the etchings around the side. So really excited to get that, but I will definitely get you guys a sample. But the color spot on, the taste is not there. I need to get I need to play around with specific mash bills. This was just kind of all my different rye Infinity barrels, or Infinity bottles. So it's really, really close, but it's not there. And I don't know if anybody can ever match, Midwinter's Night Dram.
yeah, that'd be tough.
Yeah, I'd say so.
It's crazy too, because some people either love it or they're like, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to me, I'm like, it's the best rye.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. By far. My favorite rye. And Efren, you hooked me up with my first bottle. And I was totally surprised. Like, he was in the Tennessee area, and we met up at the local liquor store here, and he just whipped it out, and I was like, oh man, like I think I ended up giving you OWA.
Yeah.
And I gave you a Blue Note too, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yep. One of the really
one
good
of the
ones.
Tornado Survivors.
Yep. One of the first ones that came out, and there's a 3-barrel blend. It was really, really good. I have 1 bottle of it left, and I'm afraid to open it because it's so good. Yep.
So let's nose this thing.
All right, let's kick this off. What do we got?
So Midwinter's Night Dram, it's variated a lot. They used to just strictly source back from 2017 and when it first released. And it had 16-year-old Barton Rye, 19-year-old MGP Rye. 2018 they changed, and they didn't have any more 16-year-old Barton, so they were sourcing 2 to 19-year-old MGP Rye, along with High West owned distillate, which is between like 2 to 4 years old. The High West distillate is supposed to be the 80% rye, 20% malted rye, and then it's blended with the MGP rye 95.5. So
they really they like that Barton.
Yeah, man.
That 16-year Barton. I think they've used it in quite a few things.
Yeah,
well, a couple anyway that I know of.
Yeah, Rendezvous Rye, Midwinter's Night Dram. I'm pretty sure they used it in the Yippee-Ki-Yay, which is really good. That's just really close to Midwinter's Night Dram. It's really good. I feel like this is the best, like, it's like holiday pour for me.
Same.
It's great. Like,
it is.
Just get dark fruits, creaminess, spice. It's just great.
A little citrus in the back end.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a holiday cookies almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that one dessert everyone hated back in the day? It was like a fruit pie or
the fruitcake.
Yeah, fruitcake. Well, fruitcake kind of tastes like this, so I would eat the shit out of some fruitcake.
Tastes better in liquid form in a glass.
Yeah, it does. They both make you feel funny, though.
One just takes longer.
Yeah. I
mean, usually when you get a fruitcake, it's somebody had to wait a year to re-gift it. So
yeah. In like the 90s movies, that was always the thing. Like, oh, let's make a jab at fruitcake or something. It's funny.
That's true.
Yeah, I remember as a kid, they would say that there's only one fruitcake. It just gets passed around.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Man, this is great. Sometimes finished things go wrong in my book. This does not. They nailed it.
Finished bourbon in wine barrels does not do it for me. But no. I've said it before to you guys. Ryes are just so universal. They're just so well-rounded that they can take on other finishes very, very well.
Now, Efren, is the 10.1, is that finished in white port?
It just says port barrel. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not absolutely sure.
Maybe it's the Encore. I think it's the Encore that's finished in white port.
Which I don't know how I would feel about. I really want the Encore, but
yeah, I do too.
I don't know how. I'm not a fan of white wine, but
I'm honestly not a fan of port. But this nails it.
I can get down with port. I've never really drank it, other than I took a couple sips of the wine bottle that I got to put that spiral in, and it's really desserty. It's really juicy, sweet, which I get down with that. I like, I got a sweet tooth, so I think I get down with that.
Yeah.
So, Efren, since you've had Act 7, you've had Act 8, 9, 10. How's the 10 live up? Because I've heard that the 10 is really, really good.
I want to say my favorite is the 6.
6.
But it's been a long time. Well, when that was the bourbon or rye that got me into ryes and bourbons, because that was the first one that I had that I actually even liked. It was a little more desserty, the 6 was, where now it's more spice.
Yeah.
But no, and as my palate has evolved throughout the couple of years I've been into bourbon, the 10 is fantastic.
Yeah. Okay. I have to open that up one day.
Yeah.
One day.
I'm really scared to finish my midwinters, because I will take a sip of it weekly just because I like it that much. I will take a glass maybe once or twice a week, so it goes pretty quick.
Yeah. I try to wait until the winter time to even touch this bottle, but
It's so perfect. Like, I wish it was snowing outside right now.
all right, it'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Fire going in the fireplace, snowing outside.
Yeah.
Little Midwinter's Night Dram in the glass.
It's the perfect pour. I'm not lying. Like, in the bottle, and the label, it's just, I love aesthetics, and this bottle does it for me. I love the play on words. I love the bottle, like the little air bubbles in the bottle and the glass, and the stamp on it. Like, it's just phenomenal.
Yeah, for sure.
So, real quick, I'm going to pour a little bit of this, my Infinity Barrel, just to give you some notes that I'm getting. And I will send you guys. Hear that cork pop?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I think I need to get a hydrometer so I can test the proof. I don't think it's much over like probably 105 or something. All right, so it's got like the same color. Viscosity's not as good.
Okay, I was just checking the proof of this.
I think it's 98, 94.
Yep.
94.
Which I have to say, usually I'm a proof hound.
Me too.
This is killing it. This is like perfect.
Oh man.
I think the fact that it has so much flavor with it, that the proof doesn't matter as much.
Yeah.
No. Noses are very similar. I get, I think because the spiral, like the ratio to the amount of liquid and the size of the spiral, you get a little bit more French oak on this one, but it's good. It's more like a buttered popcorn smell.
How long did you have it on the oak?
In the wine bottle?
Yeah.
6 weeks.
6 weeks. Okay.
Yep.
And when you poured the whiskey in, how long was that? How long did it sit?
I only did it for a day because I tasted it and it started getting really, really, really woody. And I was like, okay, I'm kind of concerned that it's not going to blend well. Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe I should have kept it in there a little bit longer. Maybe 6 weeks to 6 weeks. I don't.
If you do that, you should probably check it like every day.
I did, and it started tasting real woody.
By the time he's done, he's gonna have this much left.
Yeah, right.
It's spot on, but
it was
gone.
beautiful.
It's really, really good. It's not as close as I wanted it to be, but I feel like if I had started out initially thinking I wanted to make Midwinter's Night Dram, I would have, put different bottles into my Infinity bottle.
Sure. How long have you been putting rye into that Infinity bottle?
Oh, over a year.
Okay.
So I got a lot of different rye in there. This is really cool. I got a lot of it though. So
can't wait to try it. Christmas gifts.
Yes, it's coming soon with my labels on it.
Nice.
I need to find those big handshake bottles, the 200 mLs or something, and ship you guys out this one. It's pretty good though. It's not bad at all. It's really, really good.
Man, I'm getting it's almost like a raisin bread on this one.
Mm-hmm.
My 9-1. Like a dark raisin bread.
As soon as you said that and I went to the nose, I immediately smelled raisin bread.
Yeah.
Like right there. I get like figs.
Mm-hmm.
Plums,
exactly.
Yeah,
like some kind of dark dried fruit.
It's funny you can say that on a note, be like, yeah, dark fruit, red fruit. And somebody will know, like if you've experienced bourbon or rye, you'll know what that means. You're like, yep, totally get that.
Absolutely.
It's a thing. So why isn't smooth a thing?
It's just whatever somebody's angry at the time, I guess.
Yeah. Damn Bud Light drinkers.
Right. So smooth. So smooth.
So smooth. This is so good. I know that old Ezra 7 rye was really, really good. Really sweet. Really solid. Higher proof too. Drank really well. And it's just, this is it. This is the pinnacle.
I feel like with that one, it was kind of apples and oranges a little bit because it's not a finished rye. It's not finished in anything.
Yeah.
And it's charcoal mellowed.
Mm-hmm.
It was good, though. It was really good. This is good because we're all just kind of like quietly like smelling it and drinking it.
Just feeling good.
A spicy eggnog.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
I wonder how it would taste in eggnog.
Probably good.
Kevin's like, eh.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had an eggnog. So.
No?
I
eggnog?
was like thinking of it, and I'm like, no.
It's really good.
Yeah.
You should try it.
I should. I'm weird with creamy drinks. Creamy drink person.
You don't like froth? You like froth in your coffee?
Could live without it.
Yep. There you go.
Like for me, I love bourbon, but I don't like old fashions.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never had an old fashioned.
There we go.
I see them. They look tasty. You peel an orange and you put it in the glass and you put some other things in there and stir it, smoke it. Looks cool. Uh-oh.
Whoops. That was my piece of my broken cork from my King's bottle last night.
King's bottle? What were you drinking last night?
The King's hazmat.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think it ate the glue on the cork and it just fell apart.
I have that one. I haven't opened that one or the other pick they did.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I was supposed to go to that, but then I ended up going to the field for 3 weeks. Yay.
The field.
Yeah. Hey, this would be a great time to talk about my first time in Iraq.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay. All right. PFC stories on a Chinook flying out of Biop, which is Baghdad, international airport. So we flew in on Chinooks late at night, just kind of taking not everyone, but a few people at a time. It was the middle of the night. We dropped down on this. Went to a camp, and then we get out. We in process. Do the whole thing. I'm a PFC. It's my first time. I'm not a combat arms MOS, so it is what it is. So it's a really small camp too. I get to my chew. I'm the only one in the chew, and I get told like, "Hey, yeah, we'll see you in the morning." Basically, all right, cool. It's probably like 12 or 1 a.m. And then, lo and behold, here comes some order rounds. Do. And I'm like, okay, I wasn't expecting this on my first night. Now, mind you, I was one of the first like Americans on this camp. This was previously and still occupied by the Polish army. So, okay. So Europeans. Okay. So I remember I hear the IDF coming in and I'm like, oh shit. Okay. I need to get to like a bunker. So I remember there was one by my chew. So I was like, okay. So I ran outside and it's pitch black dark in there, full of Polish dudes. Okay. No lights. They're in there like having a good time. They've been there a year, IDF, who cares? Whatever. I'm in a bunker. It doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't faze you. So they're just having a good time inside there. And finally, like 5 minutes inside the bunker, one of the Polish dudes like turns on the light. And there's like dudes in like thongs and like Speedo European underwear. And I'm the only American in there with my weapon, just like, okay. I'm in Iraq now, and I'm in a bunker with a bunch of Polish dudes and their Speedos. And I'm like, they called all clear, and I go back to my room. I'm like, okay, this is going to be a great deployment.
Starting it off right.
And it didn't stop,
That's burned in your memory now.
Yeah, it'll never go away.
Can't unsee that.
these dudes were just living it up in there, like living their best life in their Speedos.
It's so funny. It's like you're saying, day one, it's like incoming, everyone runs to the bunker. You know, you're trying to get your plates on and your helmet, and like, you know, like the last month there, it's like,
oh yeah,
there goes one.
Oh yeah,
it missed.
Yeah.
At the end of that deployment, at the end of that deployment, we ended up moving to Basra. I think it was split up. We were in one camp, and then we moved to a different camp, and then we'd be outside. That's back when I smoked cigarettes. We'd be outside just looking, watching, you know, smoking cigarettes in our underwear. Like, you know, it'd be funny. We'd be out there laughing and joking, just like those Polish dudes. And
I remember walking to the chow hall one time. Incoming happened. I was on a camp that we nicknamed Camp Rocket Attack. It was every night, like 2 or 3 rocket rounds would hit, you know. But we're walking and we hear the alarm go off, and we're like, you know, we're like, huh. We keep walking. We're going to the chow hall. We hear like somebody across the motor pool yell, like, "Hey, run!" We're all like looking at him. We're like, "Run? Yeah, okay. Like, you know where the next one's gonna land, guy. Like, why run?
Absolutely not.
Run right into it.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I've had legit ones. I've looked up and it's like, oh shit. And then I've been in the bunker and like been like you get the spray. They were hitting so close. It's like, yeah, that moment it kind of puckered a little bit. I was like, okay, because I was on the edge. I was outside of the bunker basically, and I was like, I was getting peppered with that shit.
Jeez.
I was like, oh god, this is great. And then I re-enlisted, and here I am, almost 16 years later. So,
hey, not far from joining the Blue ID card club over here.
don't you know, Sonny?
All right, everyone, Merry Christmas, and don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and enjoy your pour for Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, all.
Merry Christmas. Whiskey 1-1 out.